peachydragon.com. Happy creative stuff.
Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of Happy Creative Stuff. This will be the second edition of How Was It Made? And we're going to look at the young cable growing up, digital manipulation we did in Photoshop, photograph, and so on. So let's get started. It was supposed to be this guy. Now you look at that guy, here's another photo of him. And then the only photo, well, one of the only photos of him without a shirt on is this one. I quite like this look of how the arm joins up. So obviously, we don't know anyone with that physique, and I modeled for this one myself. I definitely don't have arms like that, so we had to make it young cable instead of adult cable. So here's the original photo. Now, when this photo was taken, of course, we used every trick in the book to make it look as good as possible, from the lighting angles and, like body diet the week before. You get all kinds of little tricks you can check out to make yourself look better. Like, just look at what bodybuilders do before their photo shoots. So from there, I did an HDR version of it that I manipulated with a program called Photomatix. So it's not editing the image, it's just changing the natural contrast of what is there. So here we go, that's a preset that it has. It has some very nice variations on that if you want to check it out. Now what I needed to do is I needed to change the necklace from a cross to an X. So in order to do that, I simply rotated the necklace that was there. Let me just turn off some of these layers and we can talk through it very quickly. So I took the middle of the layer and rotated it, and then I erased the bottom part of it. So let me go through that. So we added some drop shadow to the one side and a drop shadow to the other side, and then the black ring with some gentle bevel and emboss. So we've got an Xmen logo there. And then I created this chrome arm, and the way I did that is I used curves adjustment. Let me see if I can actually just open that up in case anyone needs to see. It's a curve that instead of having one curve, it has like an S shape, and that'll give you this more metallic kind of look. I know it doesn't look 1,000,000% authentic, but it's as good as we could do. So from then I made these lines that had a light and a dark part, and I liquefied those, moved them around and distorted them to give this kind of effect. And I masked it out and added some nice red grit inside there, and I masked this all together. So from there, we used a burn and dodge layer to just increase the contrast even more, and also to burn these veins, but they look a little bit sort of diseased. After all, Cable is fighting the legacy. Was it the legacy virus? He's fighting, no, I don't think it's the legacy virus. It's a different virus that gives him the cyborg appearance, and he's fighting that permanently. From there, I had an old version of the eye that was yellow, but we decided to go with blue. And it's essentially two parts, a soft blue glow and a very defined hard glow in the eye. From there, I made some fake scars. And if you look at the way this was made, it was simply made with the bevel and emboss effect. And I used my graphics tablet to paint on different marks. So you can see there's a more subtle layer, and there are the more obvious, wait, not that one, I think this one. These are the more obvious scars. I quite like how they came out. Then moving on to the face scars, let's move up to there. You'll see we decided to make them quite sort of fresh and recent since he's young. So it's a few bevel and emboss layers with some inner shadows combined going on there. I made the next layer simply so I would have a mask for the background. And I got a picture of an apocalyptic scene and just threw that in there with some gentle fades using that same mask. Let's see, then we got a picture of smoke. I actually want to open, here's the beautiful photo of smoke that we used. Took that, liquefied it, moved it around and masked it out to make it just so it's sort of like steam coming out of the eye, or the eye illuminating steam, however you want to look at that. Got some hue saturation on there to turn it blue. And then a color layer over the whole image to blend it all together and unify it. So I have a color blend mode there. There I have a color blend mode, or a hue mode. Sometimes I use color, sometimes I use hue. And that's pretty much it. From there I just add the peachydragon logo in 2 steps, and now you can see from the original to the final what went into it to make it work. Let me scroll up a little bit. There we go, original and final. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video below. Please subscribe to the channel. You can check out our other social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and our 2 traditional websites.
This video is awesome. peachydragon.com. Happy creative stuff.